You are listening to the Wild Man Podcast.
All right. Thank you for choosing the Wild Man Podcast. Today I am interviewing Nick from Blindfolded and Led to the Woods. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. So my first question is, how'd you guys come up with that band name? I gotta know.
Yeah, so kind of I guess there's a bit of lore to it now. Yeah, it wasn't originally there was a name before that, before like the band had played any shows or anything, which was kind of funny. But then Stace, the vocalist, he came up with that name just like he was like in a private indoor pool one day and just was like, "What do you guys think about this?" And yeah, it was like the time of MySpace, right? So like the way to stick out then was like have like a long band name. Um, so I guess we're a leftover relic from that era. But yeah, that yeah, nothing really, nothing more to it than that. Just an idea that sparked in our vocalist head.
Okay, okay. So my second question for you is, okay, so when you guys are writing material, like writing new music, is it a team thing or is it like each member takes their own section and brings it back to the group and you guys discuss it?
Nah, so well, basically how it's always worked is Stu, who's the guitarist. He's the primary songwriter, so he'll basically demo out a song, like outline it all, transcribe it, and then he will send it to all of us, and we can basically work on it to put our own flair on our own instrument. Like I'm the bass player, so and like he won't mind me saying this, like he's not an amazing bass player, so he just writes like sort of basic stuff, and then I just come along and put my own style on it really. And this album in particular, the we this is our first album with our new drummer Coda. So after 4 albums before that, getting really used to writing drums for like Tim Style, this was the first album he'd written, not for Tim. So there was definitely a lot of back and forth, like with the drum parts and stuff like, and then I often would let them do that first before I would come in with the bass because I really wanted to nail in with Coda's drums. But yeah, and then a lot of it is in the studio just trying things out to like bring the track to life. But yeah, normally Stu's the main songwriter and he's sort of the brains behind it.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely got it. Like I love working with the PR company that got me hooked with you guys. Because I was we get previews now. Like I've never had that opportunity to get previews of the new albums.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And let me tell you, you guys are killing it.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So, okay, my second question is like, is there any lore to your guys' stuff? Do you guys have like a concept with lores and stuff like that, or no?
Well, I guess this album, yes. But like previously, I mean, there were definitely on each album there was kind of like some thematic similarities, but this album is definitely the first album we've leaned into a full like concept album. Trying to, like people have been sort of tagging us in the last couple of albums as like progressive death metal, and I guess this album is like really leaning into the progressive part because we're taking all the elements of like concept albums from like other progressive rock and metal bands and finally doing it with death metal. So not that there hasn't been bands that have done it with death metal before, but definitely our first time doing it. So it's been quite a different process this time around, like making sure everything aligns with the concept, like so like all the lyrics, all the artwork, like trying to get like all these interviews, like making sure we're telling the same story and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit different.
Oh yeah, like I that's that like when I was listening to it, I felt like I was like, there has to be a concept here. I felt like there was more of like, and I like puzzling stuff together. I was like, these are guys are doing something different.
Yeah, I think like I sort of talked about this like early on. I remember like growing up and listening to like dad would put on like Pink Floyd albums, and they'd have kind of like these like loose concepts or whatever. And I you know, I really got into that into my teens as well. Like I was a massive fan of like Mars Volta and all that kind of like eccentric proggy stuff. And then even later, like Between the Buried and Me, you know, like they were sort of like I think sort of the forefront of like progressive death metal in terms of like concept albums and stuff. Um, but yeah, this time, you know, Stu had written a bunch of music, and Stacey, our vocalist, was like, "Hey, I've written this story and I've written these lyrics. Can we do something with this?" And we're like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I mean, do you want me to talk a little bit about the concept, or
Go
is
for it.
it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, the whole album tells a story of well, we're calling the protagonist, who becomes obsessed with falls in love with this woman, and then it starts off really nicely, like a bit of reciprocation, but eventually, the woman rejects the protagonist, and then it sort of sends the protagonist into the spiral of the like obsession, starts stalking the victim, and then basically the end of the album is the protagonist kidnaps the woman and her partner or husband, and kills them. So it's quite heavy, but it's basically each stage of the album and each song sort of like goes through each stage as they become more and more like depraved and obsessed with this person. But it's quite funny, like from like the second single we just released, Cafuné, the like that word is a Portuguese word which means to run your fingers through your lover's hair. So it's like something that's probably not associated with like typical death metal. You know, the lyrics are quite nice and tender, but it definitely gets more and more deranged as the story goes deeper and deeper. So yeah, that's kind of the loose story concept, and yeah.
Okay. I definitely like that because like with death metal, like like with like death metal, it takes you to the imagination that you don't usually can go to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's you know, like I mean obviously there's a place for like you know, the pretty stereotypical like gore and horror death metal. Like you know, I'm fully about that, and I you know, have nothing against it, but I definitely think stuff like this, and when bands explore other subject matter and this medium of death metal, I think it's really interesting. Like I really like it when bands do things like that, or like have a singular concept that they explore. So I'm hoping that people feel the same when they listen to it, because I also we also try to make it so it's like an album that the more you listen to, like the more you uncover, like you know, it's got repeat listenability.
Oh yeah, I try like I work a 9 to 5 job typically. And I was like a lot of my coworkers, like I listen to one earbud in and I usually try
Oh
to
yeah,
listen to stuff repeatedly that the public doesn't get to hear.
yeah,
And that's one of my things I like about death metal. Like it takes you, some bands could take you to another realm. Some bands it's just like, oh, I've heard it before. But like I think I heard in a documentary once, people try to reinvent the wheel, but the wheel, like they make it into their own version of the wheel.
yeah, yeah. That's fair. I think with us as well, like just you know, obviously geographical location, we're at the bottom of the world and a relatively small country. Um, you kind of you kind of got to find ways to like stand out a wee bit, you know. And you know, at various points in our career as a band, we've done like weirder things, you know, like along the way that people have been like, oh, that's kind of different or that's kind of weird. So I don't know. I feel like this hopefully is just a natural progression of that. And yeah, I'll be interested if you listen to this album with one ear. Like there's obviously heaps of bits where, especially the vocals, like we've done like heaps of cool like panning and stuff. So it might be kind of weird, like if you're listening to it with just one earpod and you're just chilling there, and then all of a sudden some vocals come out of nowhere. Um, so that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, like I think a lot of people don't realize that, especially like in the music we both probably listen to. Like if you listen to your like with a headphone, sometimes you can hear an album like go in one ear and how it sinks into another. It's supposed to sink in the other ear. Like you hear different variety.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, we definitely focused on that a lot more on this album as well. Like yeah, like Stace, our vocalist, so he's sort of the voice of, like, he's telling the story, like narrating the story lyrically, but also there are bits where it's supposed to be like the voice in the protagonist's head, right? So there's kind of like these different voices that he does, and we really focused on like the production for those bits so that it would stand out or be a bit different. And um it's something that we'd never really done before, and like felt like Stace had never really done before vocally either. So we pushed him pretty hard in the studio to try different things and really lean into the concept.
So my question is, I know you guys are from New Zealand. Like, how is like touring? I know you guys can go pretty far up north for like Asia, correct?
Yeah, I mean, so like we did a couple of shows in Australia last month, which is, it's like a 3 hour flight from where we are. So it's not too bad. Asia's a little bit more difficult, like it's a little bit further, plus just don't have the connections there. Although I noticed there's a few bands from New Zealand and Australia like heading over to Japan these days. So I think like Japan will definitely be in the mix, because that's only, I think, like a 10 hour flight. So it's like it's basically the same as it is for us to travel to the States. So which we're obviously doing next week. So
Oh yeah, the States, they're like I see a lot of European shows and like stuff like that. Like everybody gets mad, like it's always conflict because they say, "Oh, the U.S. gets better shows or the Europe gets better shows." I'm just, I feel like Europe gets the better shows because like you see some crazy lineups and you're just like, "Wow."
yeah, I mean, it's for me in Europe, it's the festivals, man. The festival scene is just insane. Like how some of those lineups are. Like I think when I was like, sort of growing up and like looking at the tour packages and stuff, like I always felt like the US had like really awesome packages. Like there would be like three or four bands, and I'd want to see all of them. Whereas and then Europe was always just like these insane festival lineups that are like 3 days. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely like, this is our first time going to the States, so I'm super excited to see what the scene is like. And obviously we're a small band from New Zealand, so I have no idea how the shows are going to go, but I'm excited to get over there.
Oh yeah, like the States are very welcoming to new bands. Like like I feel like I'm a group of 30 people that go to shows roughly.
Yeah,
And like we all love seeing new bands because like no matter how big or small you are, like every big band started somewhere.
yeah, oh, totally, man. And we've been pretty lucky with this tour, like, so because we're on Prosthetic. The band that we're touring with is also on Prosthetic, Volcandra, and I think they're from Kentucky, I think. So yeah, like, and it's their first time doing the West Coast as well. So it's kind of like we haven't even met them yet, but we've been talking online and getting to know each other. So yeah, really looking forward to like, getting amongst it in the trenches and hitting. Yeah, it's just a bit daunting, like playing a country that you've never been to, and then like we're playing 20 shows. So it's yeah, it's going to be pretty full on, because in New Zealand and Australia, like the most you can kind of do is like 5 or 6 shows in a row, and then you've done the country, yeah, basically. So 20 is definitely going to test the stamina.
Oh yeah, like you guys definitely have like some amazing bands that come out of like Australia, like Thy Artist Murder,
Yeah, yeah.
Parkway Drive, Justice for the Damned.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean those bands are like definitely paving the way, and even in New Zealand, we've got like bands like Ulcerate, Alien Weaponry, and Organectomy, who are from our hometown as well. So like these bands, like, I've said before, like probably get more recognition overseas than they do here in our own country, because because we're such a small country, it's hard to get any like traction. But it's pretty awesome to see, like, such a vibrant scene coming out of both New Zealand and Australia. It's cool.
Oh yeah, like it's definitely cool seeing that. Like I like seeing other bands from other countries explore their what they have to offer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I think one thing is like, I think Ulcerate were probably like the first massive New Zealand death metal band, like that sort of made a worldwide impression. And it's really hard for like or not hard, but like I think a lot of bands that come out of New Zealand inevitably get tarred with like sounding like Ulcerate or whatever, you know. And it's definitely happened to us like a few times. Like people have said, "Oh, that there's Ulcerate kind of vibes," and it's like I honestly don't think we sound anything like Ulcerate, but I can, but people make that association because of the country, you know.
Yeah. Do you have any like bands that you would love and like you look up to or love you would love to tour with? It's like a two-part question
Like in America or just in
in general.
yeah, it's kind of weird. So we did, I guess the first band that or our first like international band that we sort of supported, like we did 4 shows with them was Revocation. We did 4 shows with them in New Zealand, and like they were the best dudes. Like they were, we'd done a bunch of other international supports like before that, but they were like the first one that we actually like went on the road with, and they were so cool, so down to earth, and they were always like, if you guys ever can make it over to the States, would hit us up and that kind of thing. And we've always kind of stayed in touch a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I'd still like I've just since their new album came out on Friday, I've been thrashing it, and it's awesome. So I'm hoping, hoping down the line, maybe we can do something with those guys again. Because yeah, that was about 7 years ago that we toured with them. So and we were sort of just really finding our feet, but yeah, but Revocations definitely would be up there for me. We were supposed to, and just before COVID happened, we were supposed to do some shows with Nile, which is a couple of the guys' favorite band, and we did actually get to play with them eventually for a one-off New Zealand show last year. So that was kind of awesome. But yeah, would love to do like a whole tour with those guys for sure.
Well, for sure. Like it's crazy to see the death metal scene so healthy right now.
Mm. Yeah, man. It's what's the tour that Nile are on at the moment? It's like Nile, Cryptopsy, Cognitive, and Last 10 Seconds of Life. It's just like, holy shit, man! Like that's such an insane lineup.
Yeah, like I yeah, yeah, that tour is happening right now. Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. So when we were supposed to come to Australia, America the first time last year, Rob from Cognitive, he was the guy who was like putting it all together with us, because it was going to be us, Cognitive, and Cytotoxin from Germany. But yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't get the visas in time. But yeah, we've stayed in touch with Rob, and he's one of the best dudes, man. So yeah, I've been following his socials, and he looks like he's having the time of his life on that tour. So that's cool.
Oh yeah. I'm good friends with the last 10 seconds of life, the
Oh yeah,
guitarist Wyatt,
cool.
because he lives in my home state. So I'm in central United States. I'm in Iowa.
Oh, okay, nice.
And I didn't know like every time I go like to a venue that's 45 minutes away, Wyatt's usually there. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh, that's cool. Then like
I'm
me and
not.
him just gotten closer, and every time like we give each other a hug, he's all like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you doing? You're on tour more."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still getting used to my geography in the States, but I don't think we're doing Iowa on this run, eh? I'm not sure.
I
I
don't
think
think.
uh, yeah, I'm just looking at a map now, but looks like we do. Oh, it looks like we do Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Chicago, and Kansas City. So we basically go around Iowa, but basically, and maybe we do Omaha, Nebraska, which is pretty close. I don't know. I don't know where you are in Iowa, but
Oh, like the closest thing I think if you guys are playing in Chicago, you're playing at Reggie's, right?
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna love that venue.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, dude, Chicago's like the one of the places that I'm super excited to go to because I just always really liked the vibe of it when I was young, like just the architecture and stuff. I don't know. I just remember seeing it on TV and stuff. And I was like, man, that city looks awesome. So yeah, I'm excited to go to Chicago for sure.
Yeah, I think I should be at the Reggie show because like Chicago's a 3 hour drive for me.
Oh, okay, awesome, man. Well, definitely come and make yourself known if you do.
Oh yeah, like it's crazy because like so I've been to that venue 3 times. They
Yeah.
have a dispensary right next door, so don't get me quoted on that.
Oh, okay.
But like they have amazing food. at like it goes food next door, venue, dispensary.
Yeah, okay. Sick.
I'm just like I think the last show I seen there was aborted, peeling flesh, extermination, dismemberment, and ingested.
Right, right. Yeah, I think that show's on like a Sunday, right? I think I can't remember. Or was it Saturday? One of the two. But yeah, I'm looking at the map of the states and I'm just like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome. Like pretty intense, but pretty awesome.
Are you guys playing the Rave in Milwaukee?
That is a good question. I'll have a look. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I think let's have a look. It is Club Garibaldi.
I've never been to that one.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with any of them, obviously, but
I was gonna
um,
say if like if it was the Rave, that's like a legendary. Like if you guys get an opportunity, like if you guys got time to kill, definitely go
yeah,
check out the Rave. That's
yeah,
where
okay,
like they have 3 floors of shows. Like they have a top like big area for like big bands or big artists, then the middle stage and a basement stage.
okay, sick.
And
That's
it's just
pretty
like
cool.
holy shit. Like I was there one night. I think I was there for Hatebreed, Jesus Peace, Vain and Terror. And I was in the
Yeah,
middle.
wow.
And there was like a
Yeah.
local rapper in the basement and like a big show going on top. Like I think it was the Vandals. And I was like,
Oh
what
wow.
the
Okay,
hell?
that's sick. Yeah, that's great. There's a venue not exactly like that, but like in Melbourne in Australia, there's like at the Toast, and there's like a downstairs bar, and then there's two upstairs bars, and they often have like three different shows going at the same time. It's pretty insane.
Oh yeah, it's like the states definitely have is like I've been like I think I've been to like every major city in besides Detroit in like the
Yeah.
Midwest anyway.
Okay. Cool.
Because like for the like Minneapolis, I've been up there for 2 venues and that was the most comfortable I've ever been in a venue.
Yep.
Because like during the summer, like it was beating hot, but like when you walked in, the air conditioner was blowing and everything. I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Well, I guess we might be lucky because obviously we're coming in October, so it's like the fall there, right? So it might be
Believe
hopefully
it
a
or
bit
not,
cooler.
it hit our fall time last Saturday, and it's still like today was 92.
Yeah.
So
All right. So
like
that.
extreme heat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I sort of yeah, looked at because we fly into LA and yeah, it's sort of looks pretty hot there still. So um, yeah, should
Well,
be all good. Well, at least not the dead of winter when we're going.
oh yeah. If you want to shout out anything before we're all done, go for it.
Nah, oh, just thanks a lot for having me on, man. Really appreciate it. Obviously, yeah, this is our first time coming to the States, so pretty excited to get over there and hopefully get some people out to some shows. And you know, as I said, we have no idea what it's going to be like. And you know, all our streaming data and everything says that the US is our biggest fan base. So hopefully that rings true, and you know, people come out to the shows. And obviously, yeah, we've got the new album coming out next Friday, the 10th. The hardest thing about being God is that no one believes me. So, literally comes out the day we play LA. So, you know, hopefully you can get it on the day and then learn the words and then sing along with us at each
Oh yeah.
show.
Thank you, man.
No, awesome, bro. I appreciate the time.
Oh yeah.
The Wild Man Podcast. Let's rock and roll.